often I think people rely too heavily on sight. There are things that are really hard to see that you might hear, but if you don't know it's there, then you won't even look for it. Being able to kind of listen to other things and fill my head with sound is always something I've loved to do. Sometimes I often feel like people judge me for who I am. Maybe that's just because I like nature. But nature doesn't really care if I like it or not. And that's where the peace comes, and for me, it's come through bird sound. When there's a rare black kite here, it's a subspecies of an Indian pariar kite. If you often watch things like cricket matches in India, under the floodlights you'll see hundreds of kites and things circling and sweeping onto the pitch.
I've never been abroad. The migratory birds are just amazing because they fly such long distances every year. They must see so much going over the Sahara and vast expanses of land. I'd love to visit some of the places that I've thought, wow, like, I'd just love to see the birds there. I just find it very stressful to be around with loads of people. It's like a battle sometimes in my mind to be able to do things and go places. By thinking what might happen and what could happen. At home it's my mum and just us two. She's not particularly interested in birds. I remember always telling me that she thought they were just brown and black birds. But she's quite dedicated, I think, because she gets up at like silly times in the morning to take me places like bird ringing.
A lot of people are saying that they're not catching juveniles yet, especially the migrants. And certainly the breeding season is late. Great, thanks.
That's a turtle dove, isn't it? Purring. Very faintly.
Too faintly for me.
Unless I'm imagining it.
I got 71.
Okay. Does it give you any indication in the picture? Can't read it upside
black
down.
tip not included.
Right, okay.
So the outermost greater covert is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
So is it suggesting that 6 is a young bird and
It
7
says 7 to 9, space black bars, is juvenile, post-juvenile, 9 to 12.
having recently turned 18, I'm completing my A-levels and I hope to go to university to study geography at the end of the year. I'm currently a volunteer for the National Trust and have been since I was 14. And as I'll go on to say a little bit later on, that's where kind of my spark for conservation specifically got initiated.
Welcome everybody, I'm Dr. Angela Catwell. I am the engagement lead for Wessex Museums and I'm delighted to introduce our speaker this evening. Arjun is an 18-year-old nature lover from South London. Much of his work revolves around making nature more accessible for young people.
If the future is going to be any brighter than it is now, more young people need to care and need to realise that what they're doing is making a difference, and what they're doing is actually making the world a better place, because humans and nature are all part of the same world. I mean, like it or not, I think we're all part of the same world here, but a lot of people forget that we are. A lot of people think they're almost better than nature and it's just another bird, it's just another kind of beast or something. We're still all part of the big same thing here. So the future of our planet really is in our own hands.
This is the best bit of advice I can give you for your presentation today. You are the one going in with the knowledge. So the main thing is to get your headspace in the right position so that when you go in, you can just be yourself. Because as soon as you're yourself with this, you will be absolutely fine.
So red listed is a bird species which has been categorised as in need of the most urgent conservation work due to its declining numbers. So for example, house sparrow, as pictured here, had a 70% decrease in population in England since the 1960s. So for me that was quite shocking, as I thought these were common, so it was quite sad.
Oh no, it is as well.
Huh? It is?
I know it's maybe it's not. No, it's not.
I don't think it is.
Oh, it is. It is.
Is that actually them over there?
Yeah.
It looks like him.
They look too young. No, it's not.
No, it's not. Okay.
I remember when I looked over here when it's fireworks. It's nice to be able to see that I've developed, and I think from what people have said, growing in confidence.
Well, you used to be here, I won't.
Oh yeah, don't know about Maya either.
It helps if I'm with my close friends.
I need to message and see if she's coming to uni with me.
And I'm so passionate about wildlife conservation.
The list of things that Mya Bambrick does is astonishing. She's a birder, a wildlife photographer, a trainee bird ringer, a blogger, a vlogger. She's a council member of the SOS. And somehow she's managed to find time to design a wildlife garden for her school. Given what Mya is achieving at the age of 18, it is with huge respect and admiration that I hand over to Mya for yet another of her wonderful talks. Mya, over to you.
Thank you very much. And that's a very nice introduction.
Well, before we start, since I can hear my favourite bird, can you hear the bird screaming above us?
Yeah.
Does anyone know what these are? Go on, yeah.
I think they might be swifts.
They are swifts. Oh, we've got an expert in the group. You're going to be better than me by the end of this. But yeah, so we've got some swifts above us. That's the best way to start, since swifts are my favourite birds. That's a good fact for you to remember. I might quiz you on some of these questions about me at the end, just to see who's actually listening. If you all want to go into pairs, I'll just give these out, and you can have a look at some of the birds that we might see.
Trade there is.
Oh, they are.
What's the other guy's name?
Probably a hybrid between them.
That would stop there. And you need to click that twice, and then it would start recording. And then if you want to stop recording, you can put it off again.
Do I
Cool?
see
Yeah?
anything?
Right, let's carry on walking, guys. Yeah. And because skylarks are very loud, what they do is these big display flights, they'll go really high up. And then as they come back down to earth, they can be recorded.
go by yourself.
If you see this bush in front of us, the one coming at a slight right angle, the tallest tree at the back, if you look right at the top of there, I'm pretty sure there's a common white-throat just sat up there. Yep, there is. I can hear it singing.
Got it, I got sight of it. That was the one.
Oh wait, look over there.
That's good. That's the white-throat.
Yeah.
That's just a little display.
Pneumatic names.
There are quite a lot.
What kind of environments do skylarks like to live in?
This is basically perfect for skylarks, which is great because you've got quite high grass, which means they can nest deep down in there without foxes getting in. And at the same time, you've got these little hedges and random little trees that they can sit up and perch on.
These plants are really good at pollination.
It does know how to.
It's all learning now.
I've not really he was led to that.
Oh, right. You should not be carrying on the right. You're the good person.
That's true. I've got to raise all of it because no one else will. Well, you will now as well. You're going to have to lead the club after I've gone. And look what we have straight above us is the last bird of the day as well.
This is swift.
It is a swift, about 10 of them.